Yeah, this is La Scala Avenue in Maribyrnong. This was a project that we secured probably nine years ago. It's a combined 7-site development, great stepping stone for us. The first one was a smaller job, but we secured it knowing that the future of this development for the client led us to more projects and more money. It started off with a small project here of about 30 apartments, 5.5 million, I think $6 million. And the reason why we took it on at a price where we wouldn't do it today is because of the cash flow security that the development offered us, which secured basically the livelihood of the business. I mean, we had 9 years of cash flow off one job. In amongst these 9 years, our projects went from 5 million to the last one, which was 35 million, so it grew intensely. The money was okay, but the security of cash flow really made us, because not only were we building for other people as well, our developments, where we made our proper money, was secured with no bank funding. Projects like this one and a client like this one, I mean, every business needs, you just can't find them. So we're pretty lucky. But we built trust with our client as well, who kept on using us here, didn't look elsewhere. Our numbers were agreed. He knew what he was going to pay for all of them. And we didn't come back, ask for more money. We didn't come back and make his life hard. We finished them, we helped him settle them, and we just used to jump from one project to another. So 84 or 86 was the first one. And then I believe this was the second. Then we jumped further away to the third. But he was actually very smart in what he did. This is probably the least effective stock that we had on this site. I mean, it's facing a park, don't get me wrong, it's very nice, but you're not getting the city. So what he did was, he made sure that the riskiest part of the development was first. Because effectively what happened was, if he built the city view developments first, what are these worth? Do you see what I mean? So effectively he played with his own market. So let's say he valued the 2-bedder at 500. Well, they're worth 500. You get a city view now. You're paying 650. Do you see what I mean? And they got a little bit better in finishes. They changed up a little bit. But as soon as we did this, then we got into things like that, which were about 25 million. And then once that was done, 88 Lucian, we incorporated what we called penthouses. They were 2-level townhouses, but they were called penthouses. Then we jumped up to the last one when we closed the site up. NDIS got involved in that, I'm pretty sure, for about 18 apartments, but he had done something for nothing. I mean, believe it or not, off memory, I think the site, with plans and permits, was $3 million. That's fucking cheap, man. But it came with a contamination report, which no one read except for him. Not one person read it properly except for him. So he's picked up this fine print, and all we had to do here for contamination was cap our basement, which was fuck all. So everyone thinking that you've got to remove, spoil and decontaminate, it wasn't the case. So if everybody had sort of understood what was in that contamination report, this site back then would have been 3 times the amount. Like I said, you don't come across these, and when you do, I mean, you've just got to make sure you read your fine print, because you're either buying something that's going to be a risk, or you're buying something that you know you've got under control. And you knew you had it under control. It was very simple. Yeah, so from the smaller stuff that we were doing, we jumped onto this one. This one was probably about, I think off memory, just over 20 million. But the difficulty with this one, and I'll go through a few others as well, is it was the first time we were constructing double basements, and this site is full of rock, so it was slower. We'd agreed to prices and removal of rock, so there was no issue, but it just took a lot longer to do. That comprised of some ground floor retail, which basically leased on completion straight away, and this building sold out during construction and off the plan, which was the first out of all of these. But once we did this one here, we jumped onto probably the biggest one, where we changed things up a little bit. So we went from doing your investment style stock, you know, your 2-bedders, your 1-bedder small stuff. We actually provided some bigger units here just to see what the market would do. And we ended up getting, off memory, for the 3-bedders that are facing the city, I think anywhere between 1.1 and 1.3, which was unheard of in this area at that time anyway. Once this was done, we followed that same model on the other 2, which are on the other side of this. But the developer was smart as well. He saw things slowing down, and his iconic site was the one in the corner there, and he just didn't have a good feeling about it. So he sold it. So that one there was about 120. That would have been the biggest, 120 apartments, 11 levels. And he flipped it. And he flipped it for $5.5 million, just that corner site. Keep in mind, he paid $3 million for the whole lot, what you've just seen. So he flipped it for $5.5. Another developer bought it, tried off the plan sales, didn't work for him. He got no hits. My understanding is he's either holding it or he's resold it. In developing that, you've just got to ride the waves, understand the market, where it's going, because you can get stuck by building that, which would have cost about 35, 40 million. What happens if you couldn't sell the stock? All his money from here would be stuck in there, if that makes sense. So he cashed out at the best possible time. You know what, I thought it was a bit weird when he did it, but 12 months later, it was genius, man. It was very fucking smart. When you develop, your accounting levels need to be pretty crystal clear. How to manage your cash flows, understanding how finance works, company structures, all that counts. Whether you're keeping it, whether you're selling it, either or, you're setting up your business differently. So if you're buying something to keep long term, that changes how your company is structured. If you're buying something, building it and wanting to sell it, say cashing out, you got to structure that differently as well. Usually, I can tell you now, every single one of these properties will be under a different company name. As soon as you sell it, you pay your taxes, the company goes. It's just how it goes. So when I met him and his brother, they actually wanted me to do two for him. It was both in Essendon. One was Buckley Street, one was Mount Alexander Road. And Mount Alexander Road was a much bigger project. It was about, at the time, I think just over 10 or 12 million. And I said to him, I'll do one for you, and I just want to see how it goes. So he had another builder build that, and it was a disaster for him. We had no issues with Buckley Street. So whether or not, don't know for sure, but if he didn't have trouble at the other one that we said no to, then I would have been competing for this. I didn't have to compete with anyone for this. So yeah, you build one, you build the trust, you see what people are about. If you're comfortable, you keep going. I mean, that whole tendering process, going to 3-4 builders, it just doesn't work, man. It just doesn't work. You need a relationship. You need to build a relationship not only with your client, but with your team, with your consultants on the project. You need to trust their work, because if they fucked up their drawings, you pick it up when you're building it. It costs me. All of these are design and construct, so we're not bound by what's documented. Well, the positives for that is I can do whatever I want, and the positives for the client is that if I've missed something, he can't get hit with variations for it. So we work through design phase as well. Built this one as well. You can see the cracking of the render. Yeah. See the cracking of the render? They must have had a sign there that's peeled off. Can you see the red? It's faded. Yeah. So these people pay, I don't know, $3,500, maybe more, for owners corp. Now, this building's been here for at least 6-7 years. Why aren't they spending money to maintain it? So this building has been here for 7 years, right? Would you put it down to the builder's issue, or would you put it down to owners corp not paying to fix the building?